Hey noobs! So it's been a while, welcome back to a new tutorial. As you can see, Friday evening, drinking a bit and making a new tutorial for you. So we start and let's have a listen. Awesome track. So that was just a little sample for you guys, and as you heard, this synth is quite dominant, and this is it. So very Juno, what is it, Jupiter or something? And we also have another track here that is just adding some touch to it. It's actually nothing specific, nothing special, just a sidechained hi. But we won't focus on this one, just on this track. So let's simply start, and as I do it as always, I don't want to make this tutorial too long. So this is the synth, and you guys simply do what I do, and I will first deactivate all stuff, only starting with one thing, and then you can build from this. I don't want to do it completely new, how's it called, completely new, you know what I mean? Completely new project, you know? So, here we have 4 different instances. So, before we start, you of course have this line mixer line mixer 14.2 or something. And then you create a combinator by right-clicking. Of course, this is no noob tutorial, it's a little advanced, so I don't tell you how to right-click and activate all this stuff. So this, create a combinator, then a line mixer. And at the beginning, you have the first slot or something, the first insert to the mixer. And this is basically, let's look, a Malström. And let's hear it in single mode. Maybe here. Yep. Exactly. This is already quite defining the sound. So what did I do? Of course, you initialize the patch by right-clicking, blah blah blah, initialize, blah blah blah. And then you right-click here, browse samples. And here you have, as you can see, the NN19 samples. You then choose this synth raw elements and then SID samples. Let me just check. It's the SID base 2C1 patch. So you simply look for that. Browse samples, SID base 2C1. And then you have this sound. Okay, this is the first thing. So let's check the next. Oh, sorry guys. Maybe I was drinking a little bit too much. Of course, I have to explain what did I do to the sound. So let me just put a loop here so that it's easier to create this sound. At the beginning we just have a sawtooth 16 sound. Of course deactivating all the other stuff. So this is the start as it sounds, you know. You here simply select the sawtooth 16 wave. I'm a big fan of this. Actually, I must admit, you know, here I must admit that this Sawtooth 16 sound is a little bit problematic actually, because how to describe. Maybe you have heard of phasing, you know, like phase cancellation, all this stuff. The people that are more into sound design know that. This sawtooth sound is always re-triggering the phase at the beginning of the sound. You know, the amplitude and what else, I don't know. And so it sounds very static. And until now, I'm producing with Reason since, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or something. Haven't found any solution. I was thinking about taking an LFO and modulating the delay, a very short delay. But guys, maybe you know what I mean. The attack sounds very static. So this is it. But however, there was a little workaround. You take the sawtooth 16 wave and then you put the index completely to the right, so it's not very dominant, the attack. And this is the first. Then you take the second sawtooth 16 wave and then we have this very full sound. Okay, the next thing is you have to put the settings like I did, you know, the release completely down because we have a reverb for it. Then put the attack on both to round about 16 and the decay and sustain nearly up. It doesn't really matter, just have a listen. So the next thing, you have to deactivate all these knobs, then put this spread knob completely to the right. As you can hear, very big difference actually. Nothing else, you know, you can just play around with the volume knobs and stuff. I just give you these not completely one-by-one tips or one-by-one steps, you know, you have to do this, because in my opinion you can just play around and check if you have to put the volume, I don't know, of the first oscillator a few cents up or something, a few percent. So it's just much better if you, for fine-tuning, have a listen to the sound and think about it, you know, not just, oh, the guy said this and that. Okay, so this is the first. And let's have a listen to the next one. Yeah, also sounds quite boring. So we had the first instance, the first slot for the lower part. The second one is for the left, you know, for the left highs, for the left high spectrum. And this is here. And it's actually the same. You can simply copy the first maelstrom, you know, and put the range, let me just check. This is unten, this is oben links. Yeah, actually there's no huge difference. You simply have the same, you know, sawtooth 16, index completely to the right. And here also nearly the same. The settings concerning the amplitude are the same. Only the index of the second one you can change a little bit to have a little bit more variation, not to let it sound too static. So that's already it. You also put the spread completely to the right. Guys, if I'm fast, you have to stop the video and replay it because I just want to be quick. I always talk so much, even especially when I'm drinking some beer. You know, we Germans like it. So that's already it. And then this is the sound. Okay, let's head over to the next sound, to the upper right. Okay, that's nothing special actually. You can again copy this maelstrom like this, you know, right click, copy patch, or duplicate. Is this something? Yeah, duplicate devices and tracks. Then you can, of course, delete the track. So then you have the upper right one. And this is actually nearly the same, completely the same, only a few differences. Make the indexes a little different from these ones to have a brighter sound or something, to have a wider sound. And then put the spread a little more, let me just check. Like this. Yeah, actually, of course, you can just put the spread completely to the right, you know. And so that's actually it. And then consider here in the mixer you have the panning different, you know, this is for the left, as it is called in German, links, and rechts, right. So these three sounds altogether already sound quite nice, I think. And there's only one last thing, and you don't have to do this actually, because it's really a slight addition to the sound. If you hear it in solo, it sounds very stupid. So all in all, it's like this. So maybe you can hear, if you have, if you watch it in HD, you can hear a little difference. It's not a big deal actually to add this sound, and I don't have to tell you how to do this because, yeah, it's yeah, nothing really special actually. So this is this. Guys, I think I was a little wrong with the first thing. Was I wrong? No, I wasn't wrong. Okay, I'm drunk. So bear with me. So now we are adding some little effects, and this is especially the equalizer. This is very important for the sound. So let's have a listen without it. This is bypass, so now let's have a listen if we add it. I must admit the sound is really harsh. I can't deny that, but it's not my fault. I must admit it is because of the Reason equalizer. It's really shit. And if you don't wanna add too much, it's even better, because like this, you know, guys, you can see here I have put a lot of high into it. And if you don't want that harsh sound, you either have Reason 7 or something with a new equalizer by Softtube or so, or like me, Reason 4, you just put this down a little bit. This is really whack. So this is like this, it's quite okay. What did I do? You can actually easily see it. And again, I hope you simply adjust it by your hearing. You add a, like here, you add a parameter and put the frequency completely up, the gain to, I don't know, 5 to 7 dB, what you like. The Q completely down to have it as a broad band. And then the second thing is, you can see I also added some low mid end. Maybe you can hear it. This is simply to add some bass, maybe. And so let's go to the next thing. Let me just check why I put in Spider Audio here. So the output of this goes to here. Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's also an easy thing. After you added the equalizer, you have to take care, if you are not completely advanced, or if you're not advanced, as I said, it's an advanced tutorial, you have these 3 instances added here, you know, or 4, I don't know, and then you have the master out. Like, you know, this master out goes to the equalizer, and then the audio output goes to a Spider Audio merger and splitter. What are we going to do now? This is simply adding a little more, I don't know how to call, reverb actually, yeah. So we have the normal original sound and split it into 2 signals. The one is a reverb and the other one goes right to the, what is it? Blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, you know, this is just if you want to add this high fill, reverb fill, you put the second signal into this fill, so you have a simple signal for just adding a reverb a, not gated reverb, but a sidechain reverb. So here we have this first thing, and we put the signal to the reverb. You can also, yeah, you don't have to add the spider audio actually. So let's just add the reverb. You know, this is a very normal reverb. And here's nothing special to say. You select the Hull algorithm, put the size to around, I don't know, 12 to 13 or something, decay to 2, nearly the mid, and then you damp the sound by 28, which simply means that over time the reverb becomes more low end style or something, because the highs are like fading away. So this has a more natural feeling. If you have a more sound design, touch, and very digital, you can put the damp completely down. And then the dry wet to 12. You know, with this reverb, 10 to 14 to 15 is always good. If you have it as an insert, not a send. And that is already it. You know, you have all these sounds and then some effects. Put this into a combinator, and it's done. I don't know how much I talk right now for this simple sound, but I will play it for you again. And if you're interested in this reverb whatever edition, if you don't know how to do it, I was struggling with it, but it would take much more time to explain now. So I wanted just to show you this one. And yeah, I will play it once again, and I hope you learned something. Let me know what you think. Maybe this was a completely shitty tutorial and only for the advanced guys, but hey, come on. I don't want to explain you everything. Bye bye.